Hi there, I'm Angela. Welcome to the channel or welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my sewing plans for February. If that sounds interesting, then stick around. Hey all, thanks for joining me today. I won't be too long before we just jump right in, but if you notice the way I'm dressed, this is a poncho that I made many years, maybe 5 to 7 years ago. If I can remember which pattern this was, I will put it below. It's just out of an acrylic like fleece that I got at Joann's. Of course, they wouldn't still have it. It was so long ago, with a suede like material that I use for the lining. And this is kind of something that I wear around the house on these very, very cold days. Our weather like plummeted again. It's been like up and down all winter, as high as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Then the next day as low as 30 degrees. But today it's in the 20s and it was really cold out there. So that's when I bundle up in my nice fleece, or I guess it's more like a flannel poncho. It's very warm. So with that, let's jump right into the February sewing plans. So my first make is just this vest. If you've seen any of my recent videos, this won't be new to you. It's a McCall's pattern. It's an old one. Let's see if I can find the copyright. 1995. And I'm doing view A. And I would flip it around and show you the line drawings, but there aren't any, and I'm wondering if maybe they were on the flap that has long since been torn off. I am making it out of a challis. This is a print that I found on Etsy. I got enough to make this vest and also a skirt. But for now, I'm just doing the vest. All of the patterns and the plans that I'm sharing with you today are part of my capsule wardrobe. I'm sure many of you saw that video, but just in case, I'll put a link up here. It's a 10-piece capsule wardrobe that I'm planning and in the process of making. So this vest will be make number 2. Yeah. My duet trousers were the first part of the capsule. So this vest will be make number 2. And after I finish that, I am going to make a Butterick top. This is Butterick B4133. I'm doing view A. And let's see, this was published in 2004, so it's another oldie. I'll show you the line drawings there. I hope that's focusing in for you. Bring it a little closer. And the fabric that I am using for this is, it's a crinkly gauze type fabric. I got this on Etsy and I can't remember if the seller like said what the contents were, but I'll just hold the fabric and the vest or the pattern up there for you guys to see. And so this top will be part of my capsule, but I wanted to kind of put these fabrics together. Don't these look so lovely together? So I'll have the top out of the gold and then a vest and a skirt out of the print. I just thought they looked so nice together. And then let me back up before I show you my third thing. So I do pretty good if I can complete 2 things in a month with work and gardening activities and every other thing going on. So if I finish these 2, which should not be an issue, I've already started on the vest. I am going to make a skirt. And even if I just start on the skirt in February, I'll probably at least get started on it during February. So I'm kind of including it in February's plans, even if it carries over into March. And I'm pretty sure that the pattern I'm going to use is a Simplicity 2058. And this is an amazing fit pattern. It was published in I know it's on here somewhere. They changed where they put all the printing over the years. They switch it up a lot. 2012. So it's a little newer than the other two, but it's still not what I would say new. Hold it back up there. And then I'll show you the line drawings there. It's just the skirt. It's the only thing that's included in this pattern. And what I am using for this is this, what is it called? A Buttery Suede knit in the color Denim. I got this from StyleMaker Fabrics late last year, and with the intentions of making a skirt. And I'm pretty sure I got this before I decided to make a capsule wardrobe. And then once I started planning for my capsule, I realized that it goes really well. There is some blue, you can see right there. It's not the exact, shade of blue, but I think it'll still look really good together. And I got 2 yards of this, and I'm trying to remember if I had enough, if I had decided on the long skirt or the short skirt. Let me look at what the fabric requirements are. So it's looking like it's going to have to be the shorter skirt. So for the shorter skirt, 60-inch fabric in my size, it calls for 1 7/8 yard. And if I were to do the long skirt, it would be 2.5. So yeah, it'll definitely be the shorter skirt, but even short, it's not that short. It's not so short that I would be uncomfortable wearing it. I really prefer things that hit right at the knee or the lower knee or below the knee. So this ought to be perfect. And depending on, like, I may be able to squeeze out enough length to make it kind of more of a hybrid in between the two lengths. So we'll see how that goes. If I have to do the shorter one, I'm perfectly fine with that. It'll be just fine. And that's pretty much all that I have for my sewing plans for February. I am going to be doing a couple of sewing related things during February. For one, I'm really going to start studying how to do a welt pocket because that's on my goals for this year, my personal sewing goals. And I think I'm going to break out my the blind hem foot for my sewing machine and practice using that. So it's also one of my goals for this year. What are you guys working on in February? Do you have plans, or do you just kind of uh, plan as you go without thinking too much far ahead? Kind of, that's usually how I sew. I don't think too far ahead. But with this capsule, it kind of forced me to think ahead. Like the whole point of it was to do some extreme planning. So I'm kind of appreciating that, because if I start feeling those sewing kind of like doldrums or losing my sojo, I have my plan like laid out right in front of me. It tells me, okay, do the next thing, do the next thing, and kind of keeps me going. Do you guys find yourself in sojos every now and then? And if you do, what gets you out of them? I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comments. And that's about it. This is just a real short one. I hope that you'll come back this weekend for Friday sews, and I will have an update on my sewing journal for you guys. I talked a little bit about that last week or over the weekend, and I've got some progress on it, and I want to share that with you guys. So I hope you'll tune back in then. And until then, bye.